Balloon Beats.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Live. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hensey, joined today by the man, Sean Petrucci. How we doing, Sean?
Been better. How you doing?
Yeah, we've been better. That's fine. Listen, the Yankees lost to the Rays 4-0 in Tropicana Field. Are we surprised? Not at all.
No, I'm pretty sure we predicted this, actually.
Yeah, listen, but before we do get into the game today, shout out to everybody currently in the chat. Let's take attendance. Shout out to Mookie the Goat. We got CJ. We got MMAALL. 2 letters, love it. THG, Lori, Joseph, Jr., Ariel, Stevie, Yo Elvis. Yo Elvis is a legend. KG Baseball, Dirtbike Nation, Yankees highlights. Chibuzi. Where's Chibuzi? I lost Chibuzi. Oh, there's Chibuzi. Felix, Manny. We got MYY recaps too. Love Derek. Shout out to MYY recaps. Listen, Sean, I'm upset. In the words of Drake, I'm upset.
I'm not happy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, listen, it's just so frustrating. Like, it's frustrating that we've come to expect this, right? Like, we talked about this on the pregame, and it's like we were kind of expecting a loss today. We weren't expecting Herman to pitch well at all.
No.
And I just wasn't expecting the bats to be that bad, especially considering Chris Archer left the game in what? The third inning?
Third inning, I think he left the game.
He left in the third inning, bro. At that point, like, you would expect the Yankees to kind of like pounce on Tampa's bullpen. Like, that's a best case scenario. Chris Archer leaves the game in the third inning, then you face the bullpen. But it seemed like it got worse for the Yankees at that point. They just, bro, the team looks absolutely lifeless. And the only person that you could kind of point the blame to in this situation is Aaron Boone, right? Because the team was absolutely lifeless at many points last season. They were at a very low point last season. And most of the blame was due to injuries, whatever.
Yeah.
But they had no passion on the field, whatever. And now, bro, this season, we're kind of looking at the same thing. It's like, where are those 2017 Yankees? Where even at points of 2018, they had life. 2019, they had life. It seems like the past 2 seasons, there's just no energy whatsoever. It's like if we're down 1-0 in a game, it feels like we're down 15-0 just because of how putrid the performances are. And also because there's just nothing coming from the dugout. Like, am I wrong?
No, you're right. I mean, okay, so I'm not worried. Let me just put that out there. Like, I'm not like calling it quits or anything like that. But it's just the way they're losing. It's just like it's not like they're losing like 1-run games where it's like 7-5 or 5-4, like some life. But like, dude, like this team is just dead.
No, yeah,
they are dead. There's nothing going on, and you can't even just blame it on Tropicana Field. Like, yeah, it stinks. The Rays always beat us up there, but man, you just can't watch these games right now.
Shout out to you, Elvis, though, with the $5 dono.
Yeah,
Appreciate you, my man. Pat, we could win 90-plus games, but this team needs a change. We have too many guys going for home runs. And we kind of said that all offseason, right? Like, the Yankees need to diversify the lineup, not in the sense of, like, lefty-righty, like how they've been trying to do it, but they need to diversify it in the sense of stop having so many right-handed home run hitters. Like, you got to switch it up to a point. Like, the acquisition of DJ LeMahieu, amazing. Like, he provides the Yankees with something very different in that lineup that they didn't have before. But, like, one just isn't good enough. The Yankees have copy and paste of like three of the same type of hitters, because you could say Judge, Stanton, Voit, they're all about the same guy. And then
Gary.
I would say like even Gary, yeah. And then I kind of say like Glaber and Gio are around the same hitter as well. It's just so frustrating, bro. And the point is, like, it's not that these guys aren't good hitters, right? Because they are. The problem is they can't hit when it counts. You can't hit with runners in scoring position. You can't put together runs that aren't based on the home run. And it's so frustrating because this philosophy doesn't work in the postseason. And how many times do the Yankees have to see it until they realize it doesn't work and they try to like work with something else? Derek, if you're still in the chat, I was watching your post game before, and what you mentioned was spot on accurate. What the Yankees philosophy has been to try to get like the guys on base for like the big like Godzilla guys to come up and like hit a home run to drive them in. But that doesn't really work against good pitching. Like we know that. Like it might
work
work
against bad pitching.
But I wouldn't say it's bad pitching. I would say like average pitching, because when the Yankees faced the Orioles and like they were facing bad pitching, they did pretty well for the most part. Like Stanton hit his grand slam, Judge hit two home runs, like whatever. But then they go up against John Means, completely disappear. And now like they go up against Rich Hill yesterday, who's an average pitcher, I would say. Couldn't really touch him besides one inning. And then Chris Archer and then the Rays bullpen today, like couldn't touch them at all. And when you can't piece together an offense, you're not going to win games, like no matter how many runs you give up. And then moving past the offense, Sean, because I do want to bring up the box score. Looking at the Yankees pitching today, outside of Domingo Germán, like
the
bullpen's solid, bro.
He sucks.
Okay.
If he takes the hill again, dude, he's terrible.
He will. No, he will. And
no, I know he's going to, but he's terrible.
No, here's the thing, though. Like, Germán has good stuff. We know that. But he just can't put it together. Like, I just don't understand what the issue is.
I'm just done with the guy.
Bro, watching this game today,
you can't have all this off-the-field baggage and then come onto the mound and suck.
No, I know. I mean, 4 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks.
His ERA also can't feel the ground ball.
Season. No,
I was listening on the radio, so I didn't see it. But was it really like he could have had it?
It was like a comebacker to him, but then like he went to go grab it, and then it bounced off his glove, like right in between the first baseman and the second baseman. Was it tough,
or was it like routine?
I would say like on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 5. Like I probably could have made the play.
He should make that play then.
He probably should have made the play. But I mean, then again,
not like it matters because it wouldn't have scored anyway. But
no, yeah. But okay, look at the Rays used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers. One of which has an 11.57 ERA this season. Another that has a 5.4 ERA this season, and Chris Archer, who has a 6.23 ERA this season. Now, given like it's a very small sample size, but still, like we're not talking about like the best Tampa has to offer, right?
Oh no, this is like the B team for their bullpen,
bro. Like Chris Mazza, like wasn't he on the Red Sox last year? And we absolutely destroyed him.
It was really bad, yeah.
Yeah, it's just so frustrating.
I think that's the same.
I'm pretty sure it is because he looks the same too.
You know what really pissed me off at the end of the game? So Stanton, you grounded out hard, good at bat, whatever. And then Glaber Torres comes up, first pitch swinging, just like a lazy swing and a lazy fly ball to right field when you're trying to get base runners. No, it's the little things like that.
But also,
that's situational baseball. You can't do that.
Shout out to Derek with the $5 dono. Derek, I love you. Derek's the man. Shout out to MYY Recaps. If you guys don't follow like Derek's YouTube channel, MYY Recaps, like you're just doing life.
Yeah, you're missing out.
I'm just telling you. Launch Jay Bruce into the sun and blow up the Trop. Now, I wouldn't be opposed to that because like it's a 2-for-1 kind of deal. If you launch Jay Bruce into the sun, the Trop will blow up.
You could launch him through the Trop's dome.
That might work, because that would also like lead them to not having to play there for a decent amount of time.
Exactly.
So we would have to set it up like the next time we go. You know what I mean?
Okay, perfect.
And then maybe like
the Bruce stinks.
No, he's get that out there. He's actually been bad. We've been saying this, like he was really good to start spring. We were on the Jay Bruce bandwagon, and then
yeah, for sure.
He fell off towards the end of spring. He wasn't going to be on the opening day roster unless Voit got hurt, and now he just found his way into an opportunity. But I think Odor starts tomorrow.
I do too. I think he starts at second. DJ starts at first.
They're definitely going to start experimenting. Speaking of the lineup, let's kind of break down what happened as far as the lineup goes today. LeMahieu, I mean, typical DJ day, 1 for 3. You could kind of even say like DJ's struggling to start the year. He's still batting over
I
300.
wouldn't say that. No.
I wouldn't say like he's been typical DJ,
No,
especially with
no.
like
I mean,
runners in
no.
scoring
You're only
position.
saying that because I mean, I guess, but like, look at the bottom of the lineup. No one's getting on for him.
I guess.
To be fair.
And then Judge, first game back, 1 for 4, 2 Ks. Hicks, 1 for 3, 1 K, walk. Stanton, 0 for 4. Glaber, 0 for
Great
4.
job from the top 4 there, huh?
Gardner, 1 for 4. Sanchez, 1 for 3. Listen, also, like, I know we're being like very negative today. Like, can we talk for a minute how positive Gary Sanchez at bats have been so far this season? Like, he looks, I'm not going to say very good, but he looks much improved from last season.
292 through what, 7 games? Because he
Bro, look at his OPS.
Yeah.
Gary Sanchez has the highest OPS on this team right now.
No, yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I'm not really worried because there's a lot of bright spots. Like, yes, we're 3-5, some bad, ugly losses, but there's a lot of bright spots. The pitching's lights out. Gary looks really good. You know, guys like Stanton, Torres, or whatever, they're gonna come around. They'll be fine. So once they just put it all together, like this team's gonna win 90 plus, even 95 plus games. It's gonna happen.
Shout out to my man, Elvis, with another $2 dono. Appreciate you, my man. Is it time to change the hitting coach names? Listen, Elvis,
maybe
we spoke about it this offseason. I thought they were going to move on from Thames, but they clearly didn't. It's just annoying because
might be his last year, though. I feel like because how many chances is he going to give the guy?
Like, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, do we think that the home run or bust philosophy is coming from him, or is it coming from the higher ups?
Not even. I think it's just like the type of players that we have on this team.
Yeah, but I don't even think that's true because, bro, like looking at players on this team, right? Glaber Torres is a guy who was never touted as like a prospect with a lot of pop, right? Yeah. So, but then he comes up to the big leagues, and all of a sudden, like he changes his philosophy to become a home run hitter.
He should be a 300 hitter if he just focuses on poking the ball to right field.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Brett Gardner, bro. I mean, this is a guy. His entire career, he's been a contact hitter. As he's gotten older, all of a sudden, like he's swinging for the fences all the time, right? Who else?
I hope they're
Aaron
not being
Hicks
taught
maybe
that.
to a point, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
not being like,
where's this philosophy coming from? Is it coming from Thames or is it coming from higher ups in the organization?
They'll never win a World Series if that's what they're being told to do. You'll never win.
It's frustrating. Moving down the order though, Urshela 0 for 3. Jay Bruce 0 for 3. My man's batting 111 on the year. 472 OPS.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
I feel
he steps into the box and he can't do anything. He can't hit lefties and he can't hit righties. It's just
I just feel bad because he's a good dude, bro. But like he has no place in this lineup right now.
I don't feel bad. Get out of here. Go play somewhere else.
Okay, but like, do you want to know like the drastic comparison between the Yankees and Rays lineup? You look at the Rays lineup; their stats don't look too much better, but the difference is they actually hit when it counts. You know what I'm saying? Like if you compare like the Yankees averages to the Rays averages, there's not that stark of a difference, right? But like,
no, yeah, for sure, yeah,
bro. I mean, also like even looking at their runners and scoring position stats, like it's not that crazy. But the difference is they put the ball in play. They're not just like home run or bust.
Yeah, no, they're really That's why the Rays are so annoying. They're just filled with guys that they're just good baseball players. I don't know, like how to like say without it sounding stupid. Like they're not stars. They're just all like good.
Well, no, also
I don't know if that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, and of course, it's like once you face a lineup that puts the ball in play and the Yankees defense gets exposed, it's difficult to recover from that.
Even like half their runs came on a comebacker to the pitcher that should be could easily be a routine play.
No, I know. But listen, going back to Domingo Germán, because I think that his start today was very telling. Only because we talked about this in the pregame, how important it was going to be for him to bounce back today and kind of like prove what he's made of, right? And he just didn't do that. Like I would kind of say he looked worse today than he did in his first start.
I mean, I didn't really get to watch the game, so I was only listening to like the first few innings, but it just sounded like he just didn't have it.
Yeah. THG says Pat is nicer to Jay Bruce, who has legit sucked this year. But Guardy, who has been infinitely better than Jay Bruce, he is so much harder on him. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think my issue is necessarily with Brett Gardner. It's more so how the organization treats him as a whole. Like Jay Bruce is struggling, and you'll hear like them talking about it, right? But Brett Gardner goes 1 for 4 today with a double and a nice catch in left field. And Michael K mentions in Brett Gardner's last at bat tonight, he's like, wow, Brett Gardner got a double today. You think that might have earned him a start tomorrow? Like, in what world? Like, so all of a sudden, because Brett Gardner goes 1 for 4 and he's hitting decently to start the season, that means that he should be starting over Clint Frazier now? That's the stuff that pisses me off. And that's exactly why I didn't want Brett Gardner back, because, Sean, we knew this was going to be the case. If Clint is starting slow to start the season and Brett Gardner's red hot all of a sudden, right? We know that there's going to start to be discussions within the organization that Brett Gardner should start over Clint. And we're seeing it already in the 8th game of the season by the Yankees play-by-play announcer. And that's what pisses me off.
That pisses me off. And it's also just worrisome. Like, if the Yankees are really going to take this small of a sample size and make a big decision of who's going to start, then that's just worrisome. Like, you can't do that.
No, it's so frustrating, because I understand like why you would say that about Jay Bruce, right? Like, he's a veteran guy, hasn't really been good the past 2 seasons. No. But you can't do that with Clint. Like, it's stupid.
Especially the way Clint started the season in the first 3 or 4 games.
The man's literally, he struggled in like 3 games. I understand giving him an off day today.
Probably like 4 games.
Yeah.
3-4 games maybe.
I understand the off day today, but it's like,
for sure.
There can't be discussions of starting Brett Gardner over him. Like,
I don't think that like Aaron Boone's going to do. Like, I don't think they're going to be like I guarantee you Clint's probably going to start again tomorrow. Now, if Clint goes like a month, like absolutely terrible, then fine. Okay. Like, if he's seriously not good for like a long period of time, then
sorry,
whatever. But if it's 5 games, then no.
There's no way Brett Gardner starts tomorrow.
No, I don't think so either. I don't,
because like looking at how the Yankees roster is constructed, like it has to be Clinton left, Hicks in center, Judge in right, Stanton DHing. There's no room for Brett Gardner.
You think Judge DHs tomorrow and Stanton gets a day? Maybe Gardner gets in left and Clinton right?
Knowing the Yankees, probably, just because like they need to.
Because I'm trying to think of the last time Stanton sat.
Yeah, but no, because
game in the 3.
Yeah, but bro, in the postseason, Stanton hit 2 home runs off glass now.
You think they care about that? They care more about the 5 days in a row stuff. They don't care about that. Well, is Glasnow starting tomorrow? Definitely.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Then that makes no sense to me as to how. Well, because they had an off day. That's why. Okay. I'm surprised they don't want to keep Cole on his 5 days. I know they had an off day and it's Monty's spot, but
it still says TBD. But I think it's Glasnow's spot.
Well, because Glasnow and Cole pitched on the same day. What was that? Monday, Tuesday? It was Tuesday. It was either Monday or Tuesday, but they both pitched on the same day, but the Yankees had an off day. Did the Braves have an off day?
I think so. I think they did.
Because they should be, like, Cole and Glasnow should be on the same, like, they should face each other. But I'm pretty sure if you go on, like, the MLB at Bat app or whatever, it says Montgomery.
Yeah, it says Monty and then TBD. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But,
I'm sorry, but I love you, Jordan Montgomery, but I want Cole to face Glasnow. Because we're not going to score against Glasnow.
I get it, but like, here's my thing. I don't know if I'd want to waste Cole against the Rays. Like, this series is just done, bro. Like, I'd rather have him pitch against Toronto and like start the series fresh. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I guess. I mean, yeah, we could trust Monty too. I think Monty actually will pitch well against his team.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna. No, It's cool either way.
I just think the Yankees are gonna want to keep him on his 5 days.
I told you guys that Gardy would be a starter by May. That's just not true. And if it is,
if he is, then that means Clint Frazier hasn't gotten a hit since the last time he played.
Yeah. Yo Elvis with another $2 dono. Yo Elvis, you're the legend, my man.
He's a legend, bro.
If Waka shuts us down tomorrow, I'll be so pissed. Is that who's lined up to pitch for Tampa? Michael Waka?
Then maybe. Okay, then maybe it's not a Glasnow Cole day. Maybe I got my math wrong.
I mean, bro, if we get shut down by Michael Waka, we have a serious problem.
Because that's back-to-back. Well, we can't even say Archer shut us down because he pitched 2 1/3. But
bro, at that point,
you really can't.
At that point, the Yankees might have to like fake a COVID outbreak just to like save themselves from any more embarrassment. Do you remember I had that theory in the postseason last year? I was like, yo, I have a master plan because like we didn't have any like good pitchers for game 4 or whatever. I'm like, all right. Fake a COVID outbreak, just take a few days, right? And then have Cole pitch game 4. Yeah.
And then Monty comes out and shoves.
Yeah. Another thing to keep in mind, both Pete Fairbanks and Nick Anderson are both
saying, like that's their B team bullpen, maybe even C team, and they're just I don't know, dude. I don't
My
know.
lineup tomorrow: first base DJ, second DH Judge, center field Hicks, Torres, Sanchez, Gio, Odor, Gardner, Frazier.
Honestly, I agree.
That's probably what
I
they're gonna
don't
do.
think Stanton plays tomorrow, and he should. Don't
He
twist my
should
words. He
though.
should, but it's Aaron Boone we're talking about here. I don't think so.
I'm annoyed. No,
Like I
Sean.
really
Like I'm
want to get
actually
Stanton off
annoyed.
his feet. Like off his feet. Did he get a hit today? Did he run to first at all? Like
I think, but here's my thing. Like I feel like Stan's the type of guy who needs consistent at bats.
yeah, he definitely does. Like Stanton's not going to hit 300. He's going to hit like 250.
Yeah,
But
I'm
he'll
annoyed.
hit 40 plus home runs if he just plays like doesn't get these baby off days.
Jamie McNeil really doesn't like Clint Frazier, and I'm not too sure why.
He's not going to play his way off this team. All right. He's a
Like,
starting left fielder. He's better than Brett Gardner. I don't care
all
what
right,
the
but
numbers
here's
look
my
like
thing.
right now.
Here's my thing. Brett Gardner struggled the entirety of last season. Where was this energy towards Brett Gardner last season when he struggled the entire year? But now Clint Frazier has a rough 3-4 game stretch,
Yeah.
and people are calling for him to be off the team. Like,
It makes no
do we
sense.
not see like the ridiculousness
Because
in that?
that's just how the Yankee fan base works.
It's
We
annoying.
know how everyone's attached to Brett Gardner. Like it's gonna just as soon as he does something well and Frazier does something bad, they're gonna call for Frazier's head.
It's so annoying. But that's it. Okay, that's I'm gonna address Swainer's comment in a second. But that's the main reason why I didn't want him back. I mean,
Yes, it's
not
nothing
because
against
not
Brett
because
Gardner. It's just
exactly.
yeah.
It's the fact that this puts Clint Frazier in such a bad situation moving forward. Because like not only is he gonna have like everyone like Marley Rivera, do we think that she would ever ask Brett Gardner if he's a good left fielder?
No.
Or even would she ask him if he's a good right fielder? Because he played some right field in
Well,
spring.
I mean, to be fair, yes, I know Frazier obviously Gold Glove finalist last year, but Gardner never had the struggles that Clint did in the outfield, so he would never be asked that. Clint shouldn't be asked that either, but I'm just saying like Gardy would never get asked that.
Shout out to Lori with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Lori. Yanks bounce back and win tomorrow 7-2. I love the positivity. I would say tomorrow is going to be the game I'm going into like with the most optimism, only because I trust Monty much more than Herman.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to fall 3-6, even if it's early. Like if they lose, it's still not the end of the world. But like you want to start racking these wins up, especially against the Rays.
No, 3-6 would look pretty bad.
Yeah, but like I said, we were just going over this. At the end of April, they have an 11-game stretch of Cleveland, Baltimore, and Detroit where they can win 8 or 9 games with ease. And I think that's a huge stretch right there because it's teams you should beat. And all like you can win 9 of those games realistically, and I don't think anyone would challenge you on that. And that's the end of April, and then you bridge into May. You get a lot of momentum, and then they off and running for the summer.
Yeah.
It's a big stretch of games.
You know, I want to go back to Swainer's comment because I think it's very important. Torres was a great prospect because of his contact skills. He's trying to be a power hitter and is bad. He's a contact hitter. Imagine how good our lineup would be if he was contact. Now imagine if Gleyber Torres was like
what they need.
Yeah. Exactly. Say he was like that 80 grade hitting prospect, like they acquired him as. We would have like 2 DJ LeMahieu's in the lineup. And also, like, I don't know if you remember, but I think it was in 2019 when like Gleyber Torres' approach at the plate was much like Gary Sanchez's back in the day. He would have like that big leg kick for the beginning of the at bat, and then like when he would have a 2-strike approach, he would change his philosophy.
Yes, he would. And I remember like they would rave about it, like on the broadcast, watching, like, wow, like this kid's 21, 22, and he's doing that.
What
he's
happened
to that? And then a year or 2 later, he's just trying to hit home runs. That's not who he is. All he does is lift lazy fly balls. That's all I've really seen him do. And sometimes he'll come out and he'll have like a really good piece of hitting. Like he'll be a 2-strike count, he'll poke it out the left field. And it's like, oh wow, that's a great piece of hitting. Then he'll come up next time, he'll swing for the fences and pop it up 100 feet to the outfield.
Yeah. Big Blue in the Bronx says problem with the Gardy signing is like Tyrod Taylor to be Daniel Jones' backup. Tyrod would threaten DJ's job just like Gardner may do to Clint. Now I'm not too knowledgeable about like the Giants situation. Is this accurate?
To be honest, I don't even know if Tyrod Taylor's backup. I don't think he is. No, he's not the backup. But I think you're just saying like you have like that's pretty good right there because Daniel Jones is in a position where it's like kind of like a make or break kind of thing for him. And I don't think it's make or break for Clint, but like he has potential. He should be the starter, kind of like Clint. and then you bring in like a veteran who's been around for a while, like Gardner, and then like first sign of struggle, it's like, oh, like we're gonna put the veteran in. It's like something along those lines. Like it's not exactly the same, but it's like around that. So
Yeah.
but you know what's annoying though? Like let's just say Gardner takes over for Clint after this bad stretch. If Gardner goes like 10 games sucking, Clint's not gonna come back in,
No,
bro.
I know.
It's
But
not like it's not the same thing. There's no
that's the
double standard there.
craziness. It's because Clint was an absolute dog all season last year, and Gardner was like in the doghouse, but
But they
he
rave
still
for him and want
started
him
over
back.
Clint.
Yes, and then in the offseason, they rave and want Gardner back. And the first sign of trouble, they run to Brett Gardner. And that's why, because we're realistic. You know, we don't kiss up to Brett Gardner because he's been on this team for 14 years.
Yeah.
You're never going to have your left fielder of the future if he's sitting behind Gardner for 5 years.
Yeah, it's frustrating. And that's what he's been doing.
And that's why we have a problem with him. And everyone who says, like, oh, why do you hate Gardner? Like, that's why. I don't hate Brett Gardner as a person.
I hate the organization treatment of him. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. I want to go back to Johnny's comment. I believe that Clint should be the starter no matter what, but I want Gary to find some maybes. I like him so much more than Hicks. Now that's a fair that's a fair argument.
Yes.
But to say he should start over Clint is ridiculous.
Especially if is better than Eric Hicks. Let's get that out of the way too.
And especially if you want Clint to be like your left fielder of the future, you can't show that like you're giving up on him after the first week of the season. Jay Bruce, it's realistic, but Clint, you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't think like we're saying it's a possibility that it might happen, but I don't think it's going to take something drastic for Clint to lose a spot. Because if he loses a spot one more time, I think he's going to get traded.
Yeah. David Gonzalez says, I love Glaber, but his stint at shortstop is over, in my opinion. The Yankees won't move him, but we need to make a change because he's costing us outs and keeping our pitchers in for way longer than needed, a la Kluber. I think that the Glaber Torres experiment will go on until the end of the season. If they do plan to make a move, it won't happen until the offseason.
I mean,
but knowing the Yankees, like
30 errors.
Yeah, but I think he's just gonna continue being like below average.
Yeah.
As long as he's not atrocious, they're gonna hold on to him. And my biggest fear though is like after this offseason, they're just gonna like stick with Glaber at shortstop and just hope he improves. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah, I think he's a really tough player to like judge right now. Because he's 24, he hasn't had a full 162 at shortstop, but he doesn't show the signs of being good at shortstop.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like he's much younger though.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? I know that Glaber was never graded that highly in his defense, but as a prospect, they would say that he's slightly below average to average defender. What happened to that?
I would call him below average.
I would say he's below average. I wouldn't say Glaber Torres is an atrocious shortstop. I would say he's below average.
Yeah, I think so. But he could he could become atrocious. Like, I'm not going to like.
No, sure. Yeah.
He's leaning more towards that way than more towards being average.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, right now, I would classify him as below average.
Yeah, I agree. Because I want to be too harsh. It's been 8 games. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yankees should have gotten Jock instead of Gardner. No, the Yankees should have just stuck with Mike Tauchman as their 4th outfielder instead of Brett Gardner. There's nothing wrong with Mike Tauchman. And everyone like raves about Brett Gardner's like catch today. Mike Tauchman is an above average defensive left fielder, and he has an arm. Did you see Brett? You didn't see it, but there was a ball that was hit to the left field wall, and Brett Gardner threw it into the cutoff. It was one of those classic Brett Gardner spikes into the.
So the overhand, like 50-foot spike, bounces 6 times,
and it just bounced like 7 times to Glaber, and it's frustrating, dude.
Listen, if Brett Gardner out of 162, if he gets 25, 30 starts, is that reasonable? Maybe.
Bro, he's starting way more. He's going to start 100 games this season.
I'm just saying that would be reasonable because he's filling in for those Hicks, Clint, maybe a little more than that.
I would be satisfied with 50 starts, but he's going to get over 100.
Easily. I don't think he gets over 100.
He's easily going to start over 100.
No, he does not start. That means he takes over Clint's spot or Hicks.
Chat, let me know. Is Brett Gardner
100 starts?
He's going to start over 100 games this season.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is, Sean.
No, he's not.
Sean,
that would be pitiful. That would be awful.
But it's going to happen, dude.
He's not good enough to start 100 games.
But it's not even that. Okay, it's the fact that one of Hicks, Judge, Clint bound to get hurt eventually, right? One of them's bound to get hurt.
Okay, all right.
Second of all, even if they're healthy, they cycle them so often with off days. Brett Gardner's bound to start at least 4 times a week anyway, as long as everyone's still healthy. Think about it.
100's a lot. Maybe like 70. I'll give him
Bro,
70.
Sean, I'm telling you, my man's gonna start 100 games.
times is ridiculous. There's
I'm
no
telling you.
way. Your fourth outfielder does not start 100 times.
It's gonna happen. Okay, how many starts does he have so far?
2, 3. It's 3.
Are you sure?
Well, he started one time. One time he hit third. One time he hit ninth, and then this time he hit.
Okay,
4.
So 3.
It's 3
in 8 games, right?
Okay, well you got to account for Judge
if
not
we
playing for 2 of them because he was hurt.
Okay, don't care. I'm getting out my pen because I'm calculating this now.
1 actually.
3
Walkman played once.
3 over 8. Now I'm using some math skills, and then
God,
x over 162. So you multiply 162 times 3, right? 162 times 3, 486, and then divide that by 8. It was 486 divided by 8.
Not 100.
60? There's no, bro. He's not starting.
Yeah. Your math of 100 starts is ridiculous.
Sean, I'm telling you, it's bound to happen.
That will only happen if someone gets hurt.
But I'm expecting that eventually.
Okay, well that's different. He doesn't deserve 100. He's not going to play his way into 100 starts. That's not going to happen. If he starts 100 times, he's hitting 210. I'm sorry.
I guess. Talkman needs more playing time. He could steal back too. Bro, Talkman, his base running is so underrated. Especially his IQ on the base path.
Honestly, I think that's what pushed Tyler Wade off this team.
No problem. Like the Yankees saw that, they're like,
they saw that. They saw him not fielding ground balls like he's an elite defender. They saw those 2 things and they know he can't hit. So they're like, all right, well, actually, I think it's time to get rid of him.
Bro, I kind of like Swainer's comment. Let's go get Miguel Rojas or some contact hitter.
He's good. He's
Bro,
good.
Miguel Rojas is it like a solid hitter.
I know, I feel like his only good season that I can remember at least. I could be wrong. Maybe he was good in 2019. But obviously,
he was good last year.
No, he was. No, I'm saying his only good season is in 60 games, so it's really hard to judge.
I mean, he's a good player.
He's a good player.
If you look at his 2019,
was he good?
He batted 284 with a 331 on base.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go.
So that's solid.
I didn't know that. All right. Yeah.
Nothing ridiculous. Kevin says, should I start crying now?
Move.
Miguel Rojas?
A player like that to play shortstop. Catchers, you want you probably care more about your defense when it comes to that position. I think maybe that's how the Yankees should view shortstop.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Think about it, like an Andrelton Simmons type player or Miguel Rojas type player where they're not going to go up there swinging for the fences. They're going to swing to poke it into the outfield.
Well, we wanted Simmons. But we kind of knew the only way we were going to get Simmons is if we lost DJ. We knew that there wasn't going to be.
No, yeah, I know, but I'm saying I don't think we as much as it'd be awesome to get Trevor Story or Seager, but maybe that's not what we need to win. Maybe we just need a lockdown defender that hits 280. I think that's more valuable.
We could have a lockdown defender like Story and hit us 35, 40 bombs a year. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like that's an outlier. It's yeah, of course you want that, but is that going to happen?
But why not? Why not?
Because Yankees are cheap. You think they're going to pay? You see how much Lindor got? He's going to command. I know, but it's realistic, isn't it? I'm not making that up.
It's definitely realistic, but that doesn't mean that we can't be frustrated with it.
Oh, I want Trevor Story over Andrelton Simmons. Don't get me wrong. He's not a better baseball player.
I'd take Story over Lindor.
Yes. Story's the best shortstop in the league. I'll stand by that.
Love Trevor Story.
Don't get me wrong. There's a really good top 5 you can make, but I think he's probably the best.
Yo, listen, Trevor Story, if you're watching, come to the Bronx, my guy.
Come to the Bronx.
We love you.
We'll fund you.
You absolute unit.
Goddamn.
I could see 100 because when Judge sits or Hicks sits or Frazier
that doesn't equate to 100.
How do you know that?
Playing on off days doesn't equate to 100. There's no way. If he plays 100, that means one of those. All right, if he plays 100 just based on off days, that means one of those 3 doesn't play 100, right? Or does it all be equal? Would it be equal playing time? Do you think Garner deserves that?
I don't know math. So.
I don't know math like that either, but that doesn't seem right.
Monty the Savior for the W? Bro, I hope so.
We need a stopper. We need
we need
a CC stopper performance. Just come out there, shove, offense will muster 3 or 4 runs, but Monty pitches 7 1 hit. Not one hit, 1 run.
Benjamin with a hot take. Gardner will lead the outfield in games played.
I'll throw up on stream. I will throw up.
Will you force yourself to throw up? Like finger down throat?
Be kind of gross. I wouldn't do it on camera.
Oh, you just
That'd be gross.
I'm holding you to that, Sean. We might get banned from YouTube for that. Just saying.
I'll do something else then.
Would you dump water on your head?
I would dump expired chunky milk on my head if Brett Gardner leads the outfield.
Okay, I'm holding you to that one. The only positive to come out of this game, Wade was
I take that back. I take that back.
Oh well, too late. No, too late, bro. No. I would say another positive in this game was that Judge came back too. I mean that's probably the biggest positive.
There's more. I don't care that they lost. A lot of positives came from today.
Yeah.
Because I'll take Aaron Judge and Gio. Well, I mean, Joe, we know he's going to come back anyway. But I'll take Wade being down, Judge being back over, and a loss over a win, and Judge being out.
I'd agree.
100%. So more pause, and the bullpen shoved, which is good because they didn't look great yesterday. So,
yep. Christopher says, "Say what you want, but we have only won 3 out of 8. Besides Cole, what pitcher are you confident in?"
Jordan Montgomery.
Jordan Montgomery.
Jamison Tyone once he gets a couple more. Because he looked really good. I know it was the Orioles, but for starting 700 days, I don't care who it is. He pitched really well. He'll only get better. Kluber, not off the Kluber train, obviously. I think he needs to do better, obviously.
Yeah, and I think he will.
No, yeah. I think,
listen, I think out of
4.2 ERA from Kluber, I think that's what we can expect. We're not getting sub 4, I don't think.
But out of Kluber and Herman, I'm much more confident in Kluber turning it around.
Yeah, so that means we have 4 starters we could roll out there and feel like we have a great chance to win. And then it's the Herman days where it's like we're going to need to score 10 runs.
Bro, it sucks. Because, okay, we talked before the game, on the pregame, and I said in order for the Yankees to win today, they would have needed 5 runs. If they would have got 5 runs, they would have won. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, pretty sure someone predicted, I don't remember who it was, but it said like 2 2/3 and 5 runs. I'm pretty sure it was 2 and like 3 innings or whatever and 4 runs. Like that was a very realistic prediction, and that's just sad. You're gonna
it's so annoying.
Innings, you stink.
Because it's like, all right, here's my thing. Domingo Herman should know that, like, in order for fans to like support him, like he has to at least pitch well. Because it's not like he's a likable guy that we want to root for and like support, even if he's not doing well. No, if it was Devi struggling like this, like we'd be like, all right, like just give him some more starts, like let him get himself together. But like Domingo's on such a short leash as it is, like he has to realize like he needs to perform well. Like he doesn't have.
I think he knows that, but he just can't. And listen, he's probably gonna come out next like start and like just
don't say that.
Throw like 6 scoreless and then like get everyone back on the train. But
bro, I want to see Davey so bad.
How many more starts for Herman do you think? Like starts like this, like around this,
2
like
more.
Not good. 2 more, and you think we see Devi?
If he gives you 2 more, I think it's Davey, but it just doesn't sound right.
I like Devi.
I like Devi, maybe because we're thinking Sevi, so Devi and Sevi.
I remember there was like a pronunciation chart, and like one of like the spring training like did or whatever, and like it was like Davey. I was like, I don't know what to say that. Anyway, but I think 2 is realistic, 2 or 3. Like 5 starts, no wins, and stinks. I think we see Garcia.
I hate Domingo Herman. I'm sorry.
Even if he pitches well, I still don't want him on this team.
Yeah. We got Peter in the chat. Shout out to Peter. How we doing, Peter? Story's a righty and Corey Seager's a lefty that makes contact. And I think that's why the Yankees might be a little bit more interested in Seager. I don't
think the Dodgers will let him go, though. They don't care about their money.
I know. That's the part that sucks.
That's a huge hit for the Dodgers. They lose Corey Seager.
Doesn't Bauer have an opt-out after this year, too?
No, I think... You know what? Is it an opt-out every single year? Is that how that contract was?
But still, bro, that contract is so good. I don't see him opting out.
He'll never get $40 million again. I think the last year is like 17 million, like something like really like he's clearly gonna opt out that year. But I think like he's gonna be a Dodger for probably like 2.
Yeah.
2 years.
I
don't remember what the comment.
David Gonzalez is the man. Should the Yankees just move him onto the bullpen and call up Garcia to be our 5th?
You could just move him. Just get him out of here. Because you know what? Herman will play the same role as a Michael King. And who would you rather have, Michael King or Herman?
Well, obviously, I'll take Michael King over Herman.
Yeah,
but it's
so Herman's not going to the bullpen. He would just be shipped.
But you know what sucks the most Like I wanted Herman to perform well so he could like
Oh, of
improve
course.
some
I
trade
wasn't rooting.
value.
No, no, I wasn't rooting against the guy at all. But I think every Yankee fan knew, like, if he stunk his first start or two, like, oh, we're turning on the guy. Like, get
No,
him out of
yeah.
here.
Like I gave him the benefit of the doubt in spring training. I'm like, all right, like if he could provide something to this team, like
Yeah,
it
and you
is
know
what it is.
what? And I don't blame the Yankees for picking Herman over Garcia. I don't blame him at all. I would have done the same thing. After the spring performances, I would have done it. But I would have had a very short leash for Herman. Saying, like, okay, you proved it in the spring, now do it here. And he's not doing it. So,
Yeah, I know. It sucks. Herman one more. I think they give him two more.
I think that I wish it was one more. I wish it was no more, but
All
you're
right,
probably going to get like two.
because let's think about it. If he continues at this pace, right? When's his next start?
I think it's going to be not Toronto. It should be
The first game against
the
Tampa?
Braves. Oh, Tampa.
No,
They play
that's too
Tampa again
far.
before the. No, yeah. I forgot they played. Yeah, beat
Because
Tampa again.
Monty tomorrow, Cole Monday, Tyone Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
Tyone Tuesday,
Are they going to keep that? Like, Tyone is like the fifth guy, technically?
I guess.
You can't really, like, switch that up, can you? Kind of
I
hard
don't
to, like,
know.
flip your.
It's really weird the way they've done it. I mean, okay, he's either gonna pitch like the last game of the Toronto series or the first game of the Tampa series. Either way, bro, I'm terrified because like
Either
it's
way,
not
I'd
gonna be
rather
good.
him not pitch against anybody. I
I
wouldn't
got a
even.
question.
Listen, if he rolled out against the Orioles, I wouldn't feel confident. I don't
I got
care
a
what team
question.
it is. What's up?
The date is May 1st. Is Domingo Herman still in the Yankees rotation?
My heart wants to say no. My brain says yes.
Yeah.
Because what is that? 2 more starts? 3 more starts?
That
3,
would be
right?
like
Should be 3.
three, probably.
All
Probably
right.
be
So
three.
that's 5 starts in the whole month of April. Let's say he's 0-5, 0-4, has like a 6 or 7 ERA. You think he deserves to still be on the team?
Hell
No.
no. Hell no.
No.
I mean, especially with all the baggage.
But I will say this: they might want Devi to pitch in the minors for a little bit. Like, get a couple starts under his belt there before he comes back up.
I would have
So
preferred Domingo do that.
maybe they both should. And maybe like Devi's not the immediate fix in the
Where's
rotation.
Yoli
Come on.
Chassin, bro?
Maybe he's gone.
He's on
He's
the
on the
Rockies,
alternate
right?
side. Yeah, I think so. So I think like the 5th guy might end up being like Michael King,
I
but not
wouldn't be opposed
permanently.
to that.
Not permanently. I just think the Yankees
As
are
like an
thinking
opener.
maybe, but he could go. He can go 5.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
He can
Like
go
it
5
wouldn't
or
be
6.
like, yeah.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be like 8 innings. Like no, definitely not. But that's all they would need from him, like 5. But you know what I'm saying? Like I think the whole point of sending Devi down was go start a couple times in AAA, not like alternate site scrimmages. Like I don't think that would be good enough for them.
I know. I'm just, bro. I really want to see Devi back. I think just because like we're so attached to him at this point, it's like I
Yeah,
just
of
want to
course,
see him.
and
He's like our guy.
yeah, for sure. And I don't think we couldn't. We don't even need much from him. We just need better than Domingo. Go 5 innings, give up 2 runs. That's all we need. That's all we need.
Swainer says, Dan Rourke said this, but we need fire in the dugout like a Ronald Torres, Didi Gregorius, Tommy Kahnle, Todd Frazier, etc. Now, here's the thing. The Yankees are very analytically driven within the past few years. And analytics don't take into account like personalities in the clubhouse, right? And that's exactly why we wanted Derek Dietrich so bad, because he provides that fire that's needed in the clubhouse. He would be that guy for the Yankees. But the analytics don't show that. Like analytics don't show clutch stats either. So the Yankees let go of all the guys that provide the fire in the clubhouse, especially with Luke Voigt out now, who is one of those firecrackers in the clubhouse. You lose CeCe. The dugout is dead.
I will say, I think finish.
I was just gonna say, like, then you have to look at the manager to kind of like hype your team up, and clearly that's not happening either.
Softy,
so, like,
he's not hyping.
Where do you look? Where do you look?
I will say one thing that Brett Gardner has always brought was a personality and like a nice, because like that's a presence that is important for sure. And that's definitely part of the yeah. And like if Brett Gardner was not starting 100 games and he was bringing that personality type thing to the clubhouse, perfect. I'm on board with that because we need that. And of course, we've seen Aaron Judge get like boom box, all that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
even Didi was a nice personality. Oh, he mentioned him.
Yeah,
I'm like thinking about it in my head, and it's literally like just Brett Gardner.
But
when
we say Brett Gardner's a fire in the dugout.
Yeah,
like a Derek Dietrich. bro. I don't
I
like.
mean, all right. Well, Brett Gardner gets pissed. That's a
I
different
can't
kind
put
of fire.
Derek. I can't put Brett Gardner and like a Didi or Canely in the same discussion at all.
No,
Like
because
Brett Gardner is
Gardner
more to
Gardner
himself.
bring Gardner brings like when he gets pissed, he brings that kind of energy, and he's a prankster apparently. But like, who cares about that?
Yeah, but like, bro, I'm saying like Dietrich would provide the Yankees with like a Tommy Canely
Yeah,
personality.
like you need that to win. You need that. You can't just have a team that's just really good and then all business. Like that's just not how.
But
Like
that's the
remember the
thing,
Nationals in 2019? The Nationals. Remember how fun they were?
bro. You
How
remember the
awesome
baby
they
shark shit,
that and like the I don't know. They
the
like
dancing.
yeah, they would do like the race car after like a big hit or
Yeah,
something on the bet. Like they were fun. They were just a really cool team, and it's just
but that's what I'm saying. It's like
the Yankees will never do that.
when you take the fun out of the game, it just doesn't work. I mean, even like you look back at the last Yankee team that won something, 2009, right? I mean, that team had a lot of fun on the bench. I mean, you look at guys like Nick Swisher, who was the definition of probably the most fiery player of all time. I mean,
I
just
want him and
ridiculous.
Canely on the same team. Could you
No,
imagine?
I know. And like even you look at guys like a Robinson Cano or like a Melky Cabrera, like you know what I'm saying? Like these guys are just like firecrackers. Like we don't have that. And it
Don't.
seems like even our younger guys who you would expect to be like the firecrackers, like a Glaber Torres or like a Gio Urshela, I don't know, but it just doesn't seem like they provide that. You know
You
what
know
I
how
mean?
you start? You know how you like build the foundation with that? Let them do what they want. Let them grow their hair out. Let
Let
them
them
grow a
have a
beard.
beard if they'd like
Let
to.
them have a beard if they want. Don't make it seem like. And I don't. I'm not gonna say that's the reason why there's no fire. And like that's. But
I
that
think
could
it can add to it.
only help. That can only
Yeah.
help though. Like if you just let them be more free.
Let them be themselves. Come on.
Let them
Let's
have
have some
blue hair
fun,
like Francisco Lindor. Have some
bro.
fun. Make the game
Bro,
fun.
so we talked about this in the offseason because I was just like looking on YouTube one day. I found a video clip. It was Glaber and Lindor at the All-Star game in Cleveland, right?
Yeah, he's like the Yankees would
And
never let you have that.
no, he looks at Lindor's braids. I think he just had braids or something. And he points at his head. He's like, they wouldn't like that in New York. Like, bro, that's sad to say. And that the players realize it. That if he has braids, that's not okay. Like, that's annoying. But also, like, this is something that we wouldn't even be talking about if the Yankees were winning. So it's like,
No, of course. Well, if they were winning, they'd probably have some of that
yeah, I guess.
because they'd be having more fun.
See what Jalen says? The Yankees played today. I'd rather watch the alternate site games.
You're
Yo,
right.
those alternate site
It'd
lineups
be
are
more
looking pretty good.
fun. Some personalities on that team.
Oh, I know. And it's just so aggravating because we kind of saw this lifelessness in the 2014 Yankees, 2015 Yankees, the
Those
beginning half of
stunk.
2016. But that's because like we thought once the team got youthful, we were going to get that life, right? And we saw that life in 2017.
That
That
team was
2017
so
team,
fun. The
bro,
personalities on that team, you can't listen.
you
It
just
sounds stupid. Like someone listening could be like, "Oh, like their personalities are going to win in baseball games." Not necessarily, but that's
no, I
important, man.
know.
Not even
It's
just the Yankees. Not even just baseball. You need that.
it's just so important, dude, because like I don't think we realize like just having when you're loose, you perform better. Like, and we're not
Exactly.
baseball players, but like you have
Yes.
to realize that. And if these guys are
Because
under like stringent like protocols and like especially like in a COVID season like this, right, where they're all wearing like masks and social distancing, getting vaccines, like they need to have some fun. I'm just
I
saying.
agree.
Swainer says I liked how the Yankees grow out their hair last year, Voit, Stanton, Wade, etc. Bro, but it's like if it grows past their shoulders, it's not allowed. They can't grow
All right.
facial hair either.
Think about this. If every single Yankee said, "Screw this," and they grow out their beard and they all show up to the stadium,
They wouldn't.
beard. If they do, what do you think the Yankees would do? What do you think? Do you think they would all send them home and call up like everyone from the taxi squad?
They'd probably
Play
just
again
find them. They'd find them. Because Brett Gardner got fined for wearing white cleats, bro.
from the Yankees?
Yes.
When was that?
I don't. It was
Are you
a couple
serious?
years
Really?
ago.
You
Yeah,
tell me no one wears white cleats on the Yankees?
someone
No,
said it in the chat.
no, no.
Oh, so white cleats earned Gardner a warning. This was in 2015.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They gave him a warning.
The Yankees are literally just Major League Baseball. Just no fun.
So what he said was, I don't think anyone came to my locker and took them, but I won't be wearing them again. That's a one-time thing. I definitely got warnings on that already. Unofficial and official from the bottom all the way to the top. 2015.
I don't remember that, but that's sad. That is pathetic.
Yeah.
That is so pathetic.
I'm reading the article right now, and it's brutal. Shout out to Brett Gardner though, trying to have some fun, right?
Yeah.
I'll give
No,
a shout out to
I'll
Brett
always
Gardner.
give him credit for that. He keeps the game loose for sure.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bottom line is the Yankees just have to start playing well. We could talk about like how much more fun they need to have, but like if they start winning, I guess the fun will just
Listen,
appear. But
I think like middle of the summer we might look back and say like, oh wow, like they really improved in that aspect because their play is only going to get better. I mean, this team is too good to not win 90 plus games. It's going to happen. They're going to win games. And when
yeah,
the fans start pouring into the stadium more and more, they start winning games at home, they get on these stretches, they'll have fun.
yeah,
But they
and
need to start that before they start winning. They need to start building that culture.
yeah, I mean, before I do want to wrap things up tonight, I just want to say I think the Yankees should have called up Dietrich instead of Odor. I'm just saying, it sucks, but
Yeah,
it is what it is.
because why wouldn't you at least try Dietrich before you do that?
I know it sucks, and he's
Like,
more versatile too.
did you need to jump on Odor before someone else did? Like he's not that great.
It's annoying, but
Like, do you think
whatever.
Odor's gonna win games for this team? No.
No, not at all. But Dietrich would have provided something in the clubhouse, though.
It was worth a shot. They just give him a chance.
Yeah. But whatever. Another brutal loss today. Hopefully the Yankees bounce back tomorrow with Jordan Montgomery on the mound. Sean, let's meditate. Let's meditate for this team to just get more life in them, bro. Meditate for life.
We're
Ready?
meditating for 3 different things now. It's ridiculous.
3, 2, 1, go. That was peaceful. I mean, I don't know if the life is going to come to them, but I guess we'll see. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thanks for joining us for the post game today. I will probably be live on Twitch, not tomorrow, probably tonight. Twitch.tv/Unhinged New York. We're in the postseason now with the Royals.
I was gonna say, did you play that ALDS game yet?
No, ALDS game 1 coming tonight, most likely. So go follow Unhinged New York, turn on post notifications on there so you guys know when I go live tonight. Yeah, appreciate you all. We'll be live for the pregame tomorrow at 12 on the YouTube channel. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Peace.
See ya.